Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be hitting on college sorority girls when you're in college and you're worried about getting rejected by a sorority girl and then her telling all of her other girlfriends that you may also like and be interested in and making you look like a total douchebag. So I've got a quick email here from a guy who's obviously in college and has recently found out about my work. And he says, "Hey Corey, how does your program work in context of dating at college life? I haven't mastered the concepts in your book yet, I admit, but I have a hard time hitting on girls just because most of the sorority girls know each other and word gets around fast when you are practicing and not really succeeding yet." The simple answer is you got to just simply not give a fuck. The idea is that you want to be direct, you want to get to the point, and you want to be confident when you approach a girl. And if she doesn't like you, so what? And there'll be instances where a girl, especially in college, when she feels peer pressure, or maybe because you're not in a fraternity, you're when I was in college we used to call it GDI, goddamn independent, and you're not, because a lot of times girls that are in sororities like to date guys that are in fraternities, and that's just kind of like, because you still see a lot of the same shit you saw in high school, the little cliques and that kind of bull crap, where, I'm only going to date guys if they belong to such and such fraternity. I mean, as women tend to get a little older, that stuff doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, a woman deep down will respect you and appreciate you for the fact that you had the balls to come up and ask her out, ask her for her phone number, or make a date on the spot with her. And if you're out at a party and you see a girl and you like her, just fucking walk right up to her and tell her what you like about her. Or if that's a little too bold, if walking up to a chick and just saying, "You're amazing. You have gorgeous eyes," or just tell her, "You're one of the most beautiful women I've seen since I've been at college. What's your name?" She'll say, "Hey, my name's Janet." "Well, hey, it's nice to meet you, Janet." And if she likes you, she'll say, instead of just saying, "It's nice to meet you too," without asking for your name, if she likes you, she'll say, "It's nice to meet you too. What's your name?" And use some of the things that I talk about in my book. If you're like really nervous and you're really afraid of being rejected, you can use some of those skills just like that, because there's a couple dozen of them in there. Questions that you can use and you can talk to if you don't feel comfortable enough just walking up to a chick and just looking her in the eye and saying, "You're amazing, I want you. When can we meet to get together for a drink?" I mean, if you're at a party, you should start talking right then and there on the spot and using some of the things as you're talking to her, asking her questions about herself, because if she finds you interesting and fascinating, she's going to ask you questions about yourself. She's going to want to know about you as well. But if she's not, she's going to be kind of lukewarm and kind of cold, and her answers are going to be short when she's giving you an answer, and it's almost like she's going to be a little bit annoyed with you that you're talking to her. But not all women are going to be that way, and you just have to get over your fear of it, because your fear of the unknown is actually a lot worse than actually talking to anyone, because you'll find that women appreciate the fact, because, especially at that age, most of the guys that are in college have no fucking balls at all, and so they'll try to become friends with them, and they'll dance around in circles and never really get around to the point to revealing the fact that they're interested in. They'll go to like 2 or 3 parties, maybe 4 or 5 parties over the course of a couple of months, and they'll be thinking about this girl, and they'll be telling all their guy friends about how hot she is and how amazing she is, but yet they never get around to asking her out. And so have some balls, grow a set of balls, and just try it. And who cares if you flame out? The bottom line is, when you ask out, look at it this way. Make a goal to ask out, say, 100 women in a month, because you're in college, there's beautiful women everywhere. So that's 25 a week. Over the course of several days, over the course of 5 days, it's maybe 5 in a day. That's 5 women a day that you approach on a 5-day school week. And ask for their number, or ask them out for a date right on the spot, ask them to meet up for drinks, whatever you feel comfortable with. The key is you got to practice, because what you got to realize is you have to get through all the no's to get to the yeses. Not every girl that you like is going to be into you, and you should always assume that all women want you, because that's what I always assume. Now, it's not always true. Not all women, like once I start talking to them and they get to know me a little bit and I get to know them, they're not all going to really like me or think I'm really that fascinating. That's just the way it is. It's a total numbers game. But once you talk to several dozen women, you ask them for their phone numbers, or you ask them out for dates right on the spot, whatever you happen to feel comfortable with based upon what your level of confidence is, or what you just simply feel comfortable doing at this point, once you do it a few dozen times, it gets a lot easier. The first one or the first couple are usually really difficult. And afterwards, when you walk away, you'll be going, yeah! You'll be really excited about it, and you'll feel good about yourself that you put yourself out there. And so the 10th girl, the 15th girl, the 20th girl, the 30th girl that you ask out, then it'll become pretty routine, and then you'll kind of start to know what to expect when you start interacting and talking with women. Because when you talk to several dozen women, what you're going to realize is some will like you, and some you'll have a chance with, and others you won't, and you'll be able to tell the difference. And so when you go and you approach 100 different women, you'll be able to recognize right away from their body language and their physiology whether or not you've actually got a real chance with them. And so when you do this enough, what happens is you simply modify your approach, and you'll start talking to more and more women that you actually got a shot with. And so your numbers and your success rate will actually get better. But in your case, you're just starting out, and so you don't know what you don't know. I mean, you're probably full of fear, and you're scared, and you're nervous, and all those things, which is totally understandable. But you got to start someplace. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And so when you ask the first girl out, then the second, the third, the fourth, like I said, it gets easier with time. And after you talk to and asked out several dozen women, made dates with several dozen women, even if you get to the point where you actually make a date with a girl, not all of them are going to keep the date. As a matter of fact, when a woman's not really that interested in meeting you, she's going to want to cancel the date or blow you off, and she'll just give you some cold, oh, I have to cancel. She won't give you an excuse. She won't mention how sorry she is. She won't mention another day to get together. And those things communicate whether or not it's worth pursuing her or calling her a week or two later, asking her out a second time. Because I've always found that the best way is to ask a chick out twice. If she's flakes on you both times, and you flush the number and you move on. Because girls that really like you and who are really interested in you, they're going to help you. They're going to want to get your number. They may even call and reach out and text you. Not that they're going to ask you out for a date, but they just may call and say, hey, it was nice meeting you the other day, or hey, it was just seeing what you're up to. They'll call just to kind of chit-chat like a friend would, hoping that you like them enough to actually realize that the reason that they're reaching out to you is they're hoping that you'll actually make a date. And so, like I said, you got to practice. Repetition's the mother of skill. It's the only way you're going to get better. And so who cares if half the girls in a sorority know that you flamed out with 2 or 3 of their sorority sisters? So what? It's a fucking numbers game. A girl who really likes you and may not know about the fact that you flamed out with a couple of her sorority sisters, she may go out with you 2 or 3 times to find out, and then the other sorority says, oh yeah, he asked out so-and-so and he totally bombed with her, and she'll say, you know what, I've been out with him 3 times, he's great in bed, and I have a great time with him, and you're a fucking idiot because you totally missed out. And then those girls that blew you off, then all of a sudden will find you interesting and fascinating for the simple fact that one of their sorority sisters is sleeping with you. It's a numbers game. Who fucking cares? Grow a set of balls and go for it, because once you talk to and ask out several dozen women, it'll become easy for you. It'll be like breathing. It won't really be a big deal, and you'll start to have the attitude towards dating that I do. It's just simply a numbers game. When you talk to a woman at the end of the day, you're simply trying to find out, are you in or are you out? And if you're out, you want to be able to move on to the next girl. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges. And you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet. And I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers, but be patient and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking a paid phone coaching session. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, go to my website, and underneath the email sign-up box is going to be a box that has a link to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. And you don't have to have a Kindle device to read the Kindle version of my book. Once you get to the download page, on the right-hand side, there's a button that will open up a window where you can download a free Kindle e-reader app for your Android smartphone, your Android tablet device, your iPad, your iPhone, your Mac, your PC, whatever electronic device you want to read my book on. They've already got an app for it. Download the app. Takes a matter of seconds. And once you've got the app installed, it only takes a few more seconds to download my book, and you'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.